Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to Ask Wrestle Juice. So the other day on the Ask Wrestle Juice question thread, one of the friendos, Claus Techno, had this question. Now that AEW Collision is almost a reality, who would you like to see on this show and who should work with Punk on his return match? It seems like the info that's out there right now indicates that Samoa Joe is going to be the first opponent for CM Punk, although I know him and Jericho were supposed to be having some sort of meeting to get on the same page. I don't know if much came out of that meeting, but I like the part of the question that says, hey, who would you want to see on each show? And I thought it'd be fun today. As you can see down here, I got this little thing right here that's separated in two. I got the Dynamite here. I got the look at my terrible Collision graphic here. That's not very good. I spent about 3 minutes on this right here, but you guys get the point. Look, man, if you're going to do this brand split thing, just go all in on it. Don't be a soft brand split. Don't do anything soft. Everything needs to be hard these days. I say a hard brand split with one world champion. That, of course, is going to be MJF for right now. But if MJF ever decides to not be champion anymore, or if he loses the title, however that works in wrestling, he'll be over here on the Collision side of things. So I'm going to put him just over here. But yeah, he'd work both shows. Obviously, that'd be the one thing. And of course, Collision is being made for CM Punk. So there's CM Punk right there enjoying his muffin because we have a lot of roster left to sort out. So first up, we're going to focus on the Collision side of things. So here we go. We're going to go with, of course, Punk's friends, FTR. There they are. They're over here. Little FTR right here over on that side of things because they're all friends. All these guys seem to get along just fine. And a lot of this is going to be like, who's going to be able to get along with whom, right? And so next up, we got Wardlow. He works well with MJF. We've seen that. And so maybe they can go and revisit that history there with MJF and Wardlow. He's got history with Punk. Who knows how all that can sort itself out. He was in the FTR with the Pinnacle. I forget, they're over on this side or over here. Collision's over here. Next up, of course, we've got already reported on the Jericho Appreciation Society. All the Jericho Appreciation Society people right here. They get to be there. And then we've also got Keith Lee. Keith Lee needs a bit of a makeover, if you will. He's in this forever feud with Swerve, and I feel like he needs a change of scenery. He's probably a guy who gets along with people. He probably gets along with CM Punk. I don't see there being a lot of issues in the back. One matchup I'd love to see is Keith Lee's old buddy, Swerve Strickland. Him versus CM Punk, I think, could be a lot of fun. Both creative dudes. They can come up with a lot of stuff. Let's talk women's division. Jade Cargill, current TBS champion, to keep her on Collision the way she sort of holds down Rampage, but sometimes on Dynamite as well. But then you got to surround her with a good women's division. So once she's back, Thunder Rosa, who's already been hinted as going to Collision because they hinted that on Dynamite. And who's this right here? Willow Nightingale. Listen, here's one caveat about this whole roster brand split thing. It's time to be done with Ring of Honor, or at least make Ring of Honor like, I don't know, super developmental or something like that. Eddie Kingston should not be behind a paywall. All right. Claudio's on TV enough as Ring of Honor champion. So that's cool. I get my Claudio fix. But them and then like Athena. Here she is. That's an old Ember Moon PNG. But you got Ember Moon. Get her out of Ring of Honor. I do not want to pay $10 a month and have to sift through 2-hour episodes of Ring of Honor in order to get an Athena match. She's doing great work over there. So let's get her on cable television again. It's kind of stupid that they don't have her on cable television. So have her do that. Next up, my favorite tag team right now, this new, hot, fresh, up-and-coming tag team, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. That's right. They should be on Collision. Why? I don't know. Because I had to like even out my roster, I guess. Next up, we've got, Hikaru Shida. She's, I know she's part of this whole Outcast thing, but like when that's all said and done, Hikaru Shida can help round out the women's division here on Collision. Next up, a guy who worked CM Punk's first return match back, or at least his first pay-per-view match. I think it was his first match. Yeah, it was Darby Allin. Of course, Darby Allin, he could be here on Collision as well. He's a pretty big deal, so we're going to put him right here on Collision. Next up, we've got the House of Black. We all know CM Punk and Brody King, they talk to each other kind of through Instagram stories. Brody King says a lot of good things about CM Punk. I feel like, and again, Malachi Black, very creative guy. and CM Punk could come up with some really, really cool stuff for some elongated feuds. And really, here's the thing about this Collision roster. It really does go to show that Tony Khan has done a really good job just hoarding talent. He's got a lot of talent. He has enough talent for an actual brand split. Because here's the thing, you still have a ton of people, which I'm about to get to right now. You got a ton of people that you can use, of course, on Dynamite. So let's go ahead and see this. And I think that the AEW audience would be cool with that. And then you could do your own sort of Survivor Series type thing for AEW. You know, Tony Khan, I'll say this about Tony Khan, because I give AEW a little bit of static because their creative, generally speaking, has been great as of late. But that was going back a couple months. Lately, I've actually enjoyed some of the Dynamites here and there. And generally speaking, they do have the best wrestling, like pure wrestling, on cable television here in America. That isn't like AAA, because I think AAA probably, they're not on cable though. AAA is like on like local channels. I think Los Angeles mainly. Anyways, let's talk about Dynamite. There we go. Look at that. The Lucha. Where's the Elite? There's the Elite. So look at that. Immediately, here's 6 people that are just outstanding. You got the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. You got the Lucha Bros, and you got Pac. You got the Death Triangle, and you throw in Alex Abrahantis there too. Yeah, I mean, come on. Right now, so like philosophically speaking, Dynamite, I feel like, because it's going to be featuring the Elite, they're going to be more of that sort of, I don't know, PWG type of wrestler, whereas over here you got more like the sports entertainer sort of WWE style of wrestler. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Let's move on. Who else? Oh, Blackpool Combat Club. I know all these guys are like WWE guys, but yeah, you got Blackpool Combat Club. Great thing about Blackpool Combat Club, and yeah, I know Regal's in this picture, but he's not in the company anymore, is that you got 3 guys who could be main eventers right now. You got the Ring of Honor champion, you got Claudio, Bryan Danielson, and Mox. They can all be main eventers right now. So if Blackpool Combat Club ever wanted to split up, you got 3 main eventers right there. Immediately, Dynamite is a loaded show, and Collision is a loaded show. We're not stopping there. We need a women's division. Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and of course, where are they? The Outcasts. There they are. Let me get the Outcasts in here floating around. Ooh, they'll be on my shoulder right here. Look at that. The devil's on my shoulder right there. So you got the Outcast, you got Jamie, you got Britt. They're all doing a bunch of stuff right now, and then you can sort of build around them as well. Maybe some people you got some from Ring of Honor, like Sky Blue. She can show up on Dynamite as well. Another person who clearly should be on Dynamite is Hangman Page, because it was his wayward promo that sort of started this entire thing. Who knows? If it wasn't for him going off script, maybe there wouldn't even be a Collision. Who knows? Anyways, who else did I put in here? Oh, the Acclaimed. I love the Acclaimed. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Put them on here and make them always tag champs. And then maybe on Collision, you can just have like the trios titles. Have Dash and Cash and Dax give up their tag titles, send those over to Dynamite, and Collision, you can have the trios titles. That'd work. Probably. Yeah, because Lucha Bro Death Triangle doesn't have to be an actual trios act. Same with Kenny and the Young Bucks. Keep them separate. Kenny should be a singles guy. Another singles guy, Adam Cole, Bebe. Of course, he's good friends with the Elite. I get the feeling Adam Cole could go either way, though. He could probably jump over here to Collision, because I feel like he gets along with everybody. But of course, Britt Baker, that's his lady, and Adam Cole, that's her man. So they should probably be on the same brand. Moving on. Will Hobbs. I love Will Hobbs. I'd love to keep him on Wednesdays. Him and Wardlow, who I put over here on Collision, have history. So keep them apart. They'll sort of provide the big beefy monster guy for each program that you can zoom up to the main event scene. And then you've got the best friends down here. Orange Cassidy, probably like the biggest star in the entire damn company if you look at his YouTube numbers. Make him a little bit bigger. But you got the best friends here. Again, Orange Cassidy, singles guy. You got a tag team. So immediately got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got at least 4 tag teams. And then you could fill it out with guys like Private Party. You got to put the Hardys in there somewhere. Whenever Dante Martin comes back, you got the Top Flight guys. The Guns, you can put them somewhere as well. So there's still plenty of people on the roster that I have not even scratched surface with. But in terms of it being their core, and then you got this guy who could take some losses. Jungle Boy right here. Don't get in front of the Outcast there. There we go. Put Jungle Boy over here. So yeah, Jungle Boy, you can take some losses. So look at that. I'm telling you, man, look. These are 2 stacked, loaded rosters. AEW has enough for a proper brand. I didn't even put Miro on here. Miro's not even on here. Miro would be, of course, on, I don't know, the new show. I mean, they keep on telling he went into Tony Khan's office when Tony Khan's like, hey, you should be on the new show. You got Malachi over there. He's got some unfinished business. So put Miro over here on the Collision side of things. And look at that. 2 loaded rosters, Dynamite and Collision. There, I did it. Tony Khan, you know, send the check in the mail. I'll send you my, just hit me up on Twitter. You can DM me and I'll send you that. Anyways, check out one of these other videos over here. I'm going to put some videos up here. Let me know what you guys think about this roster. I think this is pretty cool because it solves the personality issues because Mox, CM Punk talks shit about Mox and he talks shit about the Elite and the Elite don't like him. And then you got Jericho, who seems to be willing to work with CM Punk. This is a hell of a roster. These are 2 really good rosters. So good job, me. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are there any personality conflicts here that I'm unaware of that I need to know about? Let me know. We'll see you around.